You've been very secretive about this trip. We're in the middle of nowhere, going to a place called Deddington. There's no car manufacturers around here, no racetracks. Are you taking me on some sort of magical mystery tour or what?
A little bit of a mystery tour, but it's something going to be very magical, very special. Have you ever heard of Singer?
Of course I've heard of Singer. We've been in California. They make these amazing Porsche 911 recreations. I actually flew over to America, to California, for an item we did on Fifth Gear about resto-modding, which is all about, recreating a car that's modern and yet old. And they're beautiful handcrafted machines. I drove one on a track. Fabulous cars, but as with so many things, depending on your specification, they can cost like £500,000, and that's before you ship one over here and pay all the import taxes. They're expensive. Luxury.
What if I said to you, today I'm going to show you an equivalent in the centre of England, built here, and a fraction of that price as well, but the same quality. It's amazing, very special.
In Deddington?
In Deddington. Take it right here. Tiff, turn right here.
What, this little tiny farm track?
Trust me, turn right here. Yep, this is it. Keep going.
The workshop, and Castle Farm.
And then just prepare for something very special. Left here.
What, here in front, between... There'll be cows blocking the pathway.
Here we go. Oh, the door's closed, so that's good. I can do a big reveal for you. He says, trust me.
What?
Trust me.
With the grey barn.
Trust me, Tiff, there's something very special in here. You take a look at this. I told you, didn't I? I told you. Very nice, hey?
Porsche.
What do you think of these? See, Tiff, you've got to trust me. Look at these two beauties.
Porsches.
Very nice Porsches as well. Complete restoration on that, and this one would be the equivalent to the Singer. It's a beautiful looking car. Look at this rear end. Look at this rear end. It's amazing.
Big flared arch.
And here's Adam Hawley. He's in charge of Theon Design. He's behind these two lovely Porsches, so he can tell you a lot more about the cars than I can.
Hey, Adam. Hello, Paul. This is Tiff.
Nice to meet you, Tiff. Nice to meet you. Look, Paul's brought me here. He's been all talking about, Singer, which I know very well. Have you been inspired by Singer?
Well, kind of a little bit. Obviously, Singers are nice cars, but we wanted to do something a bit better and a bit more aggressive.
Ooh, he's ambitious. Well, this does look stunning. I mean, this is... we called it resto-modding when I did this series in America. Do you use that word?
We use recreation.
Recreation.
Yes.
What are your arches made of? Are these all like carbon fibre, or is there a choice? Or...
So, for the recreations, for the commissions, we can either do them in steel or carbon fibre, yes.
So there's a lot of customer choice in this sort of thing. It always is. Engine-wise, what have we got? Just a standard...
We do the 964, so based on 964 engine. So it's from 3.6 up to 4 litre. We can also do supercharged.
So I've got big wheel arches, big... How much power have we got here?
So this has got just over 300 horsepower.
300?
Yep, and it weighs just under a tonne. So it's quite rapid.
So how much? This would cost about £500,000 if I was going to Singer. How much is your...
So our prices start at 155,000 for a steel or 185 for a carbon.
Wow.
Whereas next door is a virtually standard looking car.
Yeah, this is one of our restorations. So this is back to as original spec. All the engine's been detailed and rebuilt, all the suspension, everything.
Have you got more commissions? Is there anything else in the pipeline?
We have 2 more restorations in the pipeline. Would you like to come see?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Here's 2 projects we've got in process at the moment. We've got a 69 Aussie Blue and...
That's now what?
1969...
Austin Blue?
No, Aussie Blue.
I've never heard. I don't know these Porsche colours. Aussie Blue, is it?
So it's like a...
Porsche fans would know what that was.
Yeah, so it's like a medium-y blue.
And when will that be back on the road?
So that will be back on the road mid-June.
Mid-June?
And
what's this one?
This is a 911T, 1971, in Conda Green.
Conda Green?
Yep.
Okay.
And this will be back on the road in July.
So when you get these old cars, I mean, they are rusty. You mentioned rust. I mean, do you have to strip all the bits off? What sort of things do you discover?
So on this one, we found quite an interesting thing on the sills.
Here's his rubbish stuff.
So you can see a nice pile that we've cut out there. So
That's heavy.
well, yeah, I think they did about twice the weight.
Well, that's someone's way of sort of temporarily fixing rust, is it?
Yeah, I guess the whole sills were replaced with this lovely.
Wow. So
weighty
all that comes
steel.
out, it goes to the scrapyard. So these customers' cars that you're preparing, or
No, these are actually our cars that we're building to sell. But obviously, if a customer comes along, then they can obviously do any bespoke touches to them towards the end. So we're perfectly happy to do that.
so
Your credit card?
on the road in July, and could be yours today in July.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, unfortunately, we can't redrive either of these, but do you think we could have a go in the
Of course you can, as long as you're careful, Tiff.
Of course, I'm awful. Come on, Paul. Come on. Before he changes his mind.
Ooh, which one, Tiff?
Wait.
Why do you always get first
It's got
dibs?
too much power for you. It's got too much power for you.
Why do you always get first dibs? I don't mind. This
lovely.
is beautiful. I absolutely love it. Yeah, it's okay. It's not all about power, Tiff. Style as well. Don't you worry about that.
Oh. Whatever the car, I always find it quite strange getting back into classic cars with big gear levers that move big time.
These roads are fantastic, but I really wish I was on Pacific Coast Highway, arm out the window, sun coming down, listening to the Beach Boys on the 8-track radio, whatever it is. So following Tiff, he's got the big, beastie, loud, all singing, all dancing Theon Design car, and I got the very classy 911 that is nearly 50 years old, that feels and looks brand new. Well, it doesn't feel brand new, but it certainly looks brand new, and everything, the finish inside and out, is like a brand spanking new car. But he's got all the look at me exhaust and the big wheels and the big wheel arches.
He actually got a racing engine of this. He picked the engine up in the 90s. Well, he picked it up recently. It's from the 90s. And it's a Porsche motorsport engine that raced in the Super Cup during the 90s. So it's a lumpy, burbling engine. 300 horsepower. And it puts a smile on my face.
I'm taking it nice and easy, having a nice little cruise, and he's really pushing hard in that thing.
Pull corner, flip the throttle, nose goes in neat and tidy, and the power down those huge rear tyres give me plenty of traction.
You know what, if you like classic cars and you like Porsches, for 110 grand you're getting yourself a car with tons and tons of heritage, very special looking, and it's effectively brand new. And the way Porsche prices are going up at the moment, that's got to be a good buy in anyone's book. Time seemed to disappear as I drove through the wonderful British countryside. It was a day that took me back to my past, put a big smile on my face, and for a brief moment, let me forget about all of life's stresses. The whole thing kind of made sense. The look of the cars, the feel of the leather and the smell of the burning fuel took me back to my earliest memories of cars. How was that?
I'm a bit worn out, Paul. I have to confess, I thought I was fit, but going back to these old cars, no power steering, gear change, brake, stop. It was a wonderful experience driving old cars. I mean, I love them for a day, but I'm not really a classic car man, I have to confess.
I said the exact same thing in there.
Did you?
Yeah, I said the same thing.
Oh no, but what a machine. I mean, the looks of it, the wheel arches.
It was a lot of fun to follow. It's actually quite an angry sounding car. And then when you can hear those gear changes and you can hear you sort of getting stuck into the car.
If you look on the website, by the way, before he came here, this is his old Theon badge.
Okay.
On the website, there's a lovely new Theon name.
And on the website, you've got quad exhaust.
I know.
Either side, which is coming. This is
Cheating.
This is the prototype. This
Exactly.
is a prototype car.
He's looking ahead and putting what he wants for the future cars.
It looked a lot of fun, Tiff. Was it fun?
It was a lot of fun. This, of course, is the beginning of Theon, their first resto-mod, as I call them, and the first restoration car that he's done.
Yeah, what do you think of this? I mean, to drive, it was again the same sort of thing. Not a massive classic fan, but you can't help but have a big smile on your face the whole time driving. I did feel like I should be in California with my arm out the window, sun shining, but I could only dream. But it's not too bad where we are now.
Did you feel godly, like Theon is God? Did you feel godly driving one?
I didn't quite feel godly, but I felt good. It's just a happy car. It makes you feel happy, and it sort of takes you back as well, because of course, we're both old, Tiff, so...
Sorry, just because you want to go back to the 60s, did you feel good going back to the 60s?
1970, actually, this car. 1970. So, yeah, it was a year, but it was a lot of fun. Enjoyed it. I think it's a bargain for the money, personally, because look at Porsches now. They'll
get more expensive, Theon. Once he's got a few more customers. I mean, it's all about, and this is the thing, it's about speccing your own car. So obviously the price goes up and up the more you want. But I think it's a fantastic start. It's a young company, and look for the name of Theon in the future.
So, Tiff, can I finally get a choice of which car I drive home?
Be my guest.
Oh, thanks.
Because we started, I've got my BMW power steering. It's been a long day. I need some power steering, honestly. And we started the film here. I'm sure my BMW's over here somewhere. You can take whichever one you want, Paul.
Thank you.
Choice is yours.
Home.
I know it's here somewhere.